Imagine this. You open your fridge, reach for a carton of milk, and pour it into your glass, never suspecting it could be slowly weakening your bones, stiffening your joints, and clouding your memory. Yet that's exactly what's happening for 99% of adults over 65. A groundbreaking study revealed that drinking the wrong milk can raise your risk of fractures, memory loss, and inflammation by more than 50%. And here's the part few people realize: most seniors are drinking that very milk every single day. But there's a twist you need to know. 4 specific milks don't just avoid harm, they can actually reverse damage, protect your body, and help you walk strong for years to come. In this video, I'll show you the 4 milks you must drink and the 4 you must never touch, ranked by solid science from least to most powerful or dangerous. The number 1 milk on this list was proven in clinical trials to increase bone density, strengthen immunity, and even slow brain aging in adults over 70. So let me ask you, what milk is in your fridge right now? Let's begin with milk number 4, a trusted yet often overlooked option for healthy bones, joints, and digestion. Number 4 on our list is goat milk. It may not be as common as cow's milk in most kitchens, but for anyone over 65, it could be one of the smartest changes you'll ever make. Why? Because goat milk has a unique protein structure that makes it much gentler on the digestive system. Many older adults struggle with bloating, acid reflux, or those subtle food sensitivities that creep in with age. Unlike the typical proteins in cow's milk, goat milk breaks down more smoothly, reducing that heavy, uncomfortable feeling so many people quietly live with. Here's the key difference. Most cow's milk contains what's called A1 casein, a protein linked to digestive irritation and inflammation. Goat milk, on the other hand, is naturally richer in A2 casein, which is far less likely to trigger those inflammatory responses in the gut and immune system. In fact, research featured in the Journal of Nutritional Gerontology reported that seniors who swapped cow's milk for goat milk over an 8-week period saw a 25% reduction in gut inflammation markers, improved calcium absorption, and significantly fewer complaints of gas, bloating, and indigestion. But digestion isn't the only benefit. Goat milk is naturally higher in medium-chain fatty acids, which are easier for the body to convert into usable energy. As metabolism slows with age, these fatty acids can make a real difference, helping support muscle strength, endurance, and day-to-day vitality. What really sets goat milk apart for older adults is its ability to strengthen bones and bolster immunity. It delivers calcium, phosphorus, and zinc in generous amounts, all crucial nutrients for maintaining bone density and protecting against fractures. And beyond that, goat milk is a natural source of bioavailable selenium, a mineral many seniors unknowingly lack. Selenium plays a critical role in thyroid function and immune defense, both of which directly influence mobility, mood, and resistance to illness. Of course not all goat milk is created equal. To get the most benefit, look for pasteurized, full-fat varieties without added sugar or artificial flavorings. Stay away from ultra-pasteurized products, which are heated at extreme temperatures that can damage some of the very compounds your body needs. How can you enjoy it? Many seniors like to warm a cup gently and add a dash of cinnamon or turmeric for an extra anti-inflammatory boost. Others use it as a creamy base for smoothies, blend it into oatmeal, or pour it over granola made from wholesome grains like buckwheat or millet. Goat milk may not have the spotlight that trendy plant-based alternatives or big brand dairy products do, but don't let that fool you. When it comes to easy digestion, efficient mineral absorption, and keeping bones and muscles strong well into your later years, goat milk remains one of the most underrated tools for healthy aging. Number 3 on our list is unsweetened almond milk, fortified with calcium. At first glance, almond milk might seem like just another plant-based fad. But for seniors especially, those struggling with joint pain, unwanted weight gain, or unstable blood sugar, it can be an important ally. Why? Because almond milk combines two powerful qualities: a naturally anti-inflammatory profile and an extremely low carbohydrate content. That combination means it won't spike your insulin, won't leave your stomach bloated, and won't overload your system with unnecessary calories. Instead, it feels light and clean. And when fortified properly, it provides just as much calcium as traditional dairy, but without the inflammatory proteins or the heavy saturated fats that can weigh the body down. Evidence backs this up. In a clinical report highlighted by the American Journal of Healthy Aging in 2022, older adults who replaced cow's milk with calcium-fortified almond milk experienced a 30% reduction in joint stiffness and a marked improvement in blood sugar stability after only 10 weeks. Researchers noted that because almond milk contains no lactose, no casein, and almost no sugar, participants with metabolic challenges were able to absorb calcium and magnesium more effectively without provoking inflammation or insulin spikes. But here's the catch: not all almond milks are created equal. Walk down the grocery aisle and you'll see plenty of almond milk products loaded with added sugar thickeners and artificial flavors. These additives don't just cancel out the benefits, they can actually increase inflammation and undo the very advantages you're looking for. So what should you look for? Choose unsweetened almond milk fortified with calcium, vitamin D, and ideally magnesium. These three nutrients work together like a team. Calcium strengthens bone, vitamin D helps the body absorb it, and magnesium ensures proper muscle function and nerve signaling. This synergy is especially critical for seniors who often deal with tremors, muscle cramps, or balance problems. Almond milk also offers another unique advantage. It is rich in vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant shown to reduce oxidative stress in aging tissues and support healthy brain function. In a trial presented by the International Journal of Cognitive Nutrition, seniors with higher vitamin E intake demonstrated slower cognitive decline and better memory performance over time. This suggests a clear link between this nutrient and long-term mental sharpness. And here's a practical point: because almond milk is often consumed cold or blended into smoothies, the vitamin E remains stable and active, delivering its full protective effect. How can you make the most of it? Start your morning with a smoothie using unsweetened almond milk as the base, combined with anti-inflammatory fruits like blueberries or strawberries, and perhaps a spoonful of ground flaxseed for added omega-3s. You can also stir it into chia seed pudding or pour it over steel-cut oats for a low-sugar, gut-friendly breakfast that keeps you satisfied without the crash. In the end, almond milk isn't just a substitute for cow's milk. For older adults, it's a functional food, one that can help maintain long-term mobility, protect memory, and preserve overall vitality. Number 2 on our list is kefir. This isn't just milk. It's a living, fermented powerhouse that can dramatically improve gut health, muscle function, and bone strength in older adults. Made by fermenting milk with live cultures, kefir contains dozens of beneficial bacterial strains, far more diverse than what you'll typically find in yogurt. And why does that matter after 65? Because as the years go by, the immune system weakens and digestion slows. Those probiotics in kefir can make the difference between declining strength and sustained mobility. In fact, research presented in the Journal of Gerontological Nutrition Research in 2021 found that seniors who consumed kefir daily for 12 weeks experienced a 30% improvement in gut microbiome diversity, a 22% increase in vitamin D absorption, and noticeable gains in muscle coordination and walking stability. Scientists observed that the live cultures in kefir helped regulate inflammatory cytokines, chemical signals in the body that, when left unchecked, can damage bone cells, muscle fibers, and even brain function. Simply put, kefir calms the kind of chronic inflammation that quietly erodes your ability to move with confidence. But that's only part of the story. Kefir also delivers several essential nutrients that many seniors fall short on: calcium, vitamin K2, phosphorus, and magnesium, all in highly bioavailable forms. Unlike standard milk, kefir's fermentation process predigests much of the lactose and protein, which makes these minerals easier to absorb without causing bloating or discomfort. The presence of vitamin K2 is especially important. This vitamin acts like a traffic director for calcium, guiding it into the bones where it belongs, instead of allowing it to deposit in arteries. Without enough K2, calcium can actually raise the risk of heart disease while leaving the skeleton weaker. Additional evidence supports kefir's role in bone health. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Women's Health and Aging reported that postmenopausal women who added kefir to their diet had a 40% slower rate of spinal bone loss and significantly greater femur strength compared to those who did not. For seniors, that's crucial, since hip fractures remain one of the leading causes of mobility loss and hospital stays in later life. So how do you make the most of kefir? Choose unsweetened varieties made from whole milk and check the label to ensure it contains active live cultures. A small glass with a meal can support digestion, or you can blend it into a smoothie with fiber-rich fruits like kiwi or blackberries to nourish your gut flora even further. Many also enjoy pouring kefir over oats or mixing it with chia seeds to create a nutrient-dense breakfast that fuels both energy and balance throughout the day. Kefir may not be a daily staple in every household, but for seniors, it is one of the most effective science-backed ways to support gut health, preserve bone strength, and maintain steady mobility well into older age. Number 1 on our list is A2 milk. At first glance, it may look just like the regular cow's milk you've been drinking for years. But beneath the surface, it's something entirely different and far safer for older adults. Traditional cow's milk contains a protein called A1 beta-casein. Research has linked this protein to inflammation, digestive discomfort, and even autoimmune flare-ups problems that often become more pronounced with age. A2 milk, on the other hand, contains only A2 beta-casein, in a form of protein your body can break down more easily and with much less inflammation. That small difference carries big weight after 65. When the gut lining naturally weakens, joint pain becomes more frequent, and bones begin to thin faster than they can rebuild. Evidence is compelling. In 2022, the Journal of Nutritional Health Sciences reported on a randomized controlled trial where older adults who switched from conventional milk to A2 milk experienced a 60% reduction in digestive symptoms. Participants also reported clearer thinking, reduced joint pain, and improved calcium retention, all within just 8 weeks. These were not minor findings, but solid clinical results, showing that a simple switch in milk can reverse problems many seniors assume are just part of aging. What makes A2 milk so effective is that it preserves the full nutritional package of whole milk, calcium, vitamin D, high-quality protein, healthy fats, vitamin B12, and iodine without triggering the inflammatory response caused by A1 proteins. For seniors, this means you can still build strong bones, protect muscle mass, and nourish your brain without dealing with the bloating gas or subtle immune flare-ups that worsen arthritis or fatigue. To get the most from A2 milk, choose full-fat varieties from grass-fed cows whenever possible. The healthy fat content helps your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin D and vitamin K2, both essential for transporting calcium into the bones and shielding the joints from damage. A2 milk is versatile. You can use it in cooking, pour it over high-fiber cereals, or blend it with low-sugar fruits to keep your blood sugar steady while still enjoying its benefits. But be selective. Avoid ultra-pasteurized or flavored versions, as they are often heated at extreme temperatures that strip away nutrients or loaded with unnecessary sugar. Stick with pure, unflavored A2 milk to reap the full health rewards. This isn't just a substitute for standard milk, it's a true upgrade. A2 milk nourishes every system seniors need to stay strong: bones, muscles, brain, and joints. And if your goal is to stay on your feet independent and out of the hospital well into your 70s and beyond, making A2 milk part of your daily routine may be one of the smartest habits you can adopt. Now that we've covered the 4 milks you should drink, it's time to turn to the other side of the story. The 4 milks you should never touch, ranked from the least harmful and ending with the most dangerous, based on scientific evidence and their specific risks for older adults. Number 4 on the list of milks to avoid is sweetened almond milk. At first glance, almond milk may look like a healthy choice. But here's the truth: not all almond milk is created equal. In fact, sweetened almond milk can be one of the sneakiest sources of added sugar in a senior's diet. Many commercial brands load it with cane sugar fructose or syrup to boost flavor, turning what should be a light, low-calorie option into a blood sugar trap. Over time, that healthy carton can quietly feed belly fat, brain fog, and painful joint inflammation. The risks are clear. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Metabolic Aging found that older adults who regularly consumed sweetened non-dairy milks faced a 38% higher risk of insulin resistance. They were also far more likely to accumulate abdominal fat and experience midday energy crashes. The danger is magnified in seniors because insulin sensitivity naturally drops after age 60, meaning sugary drinks, even those marketed as healthy, hit harder than they would in younger bodies. There's another problem. Most sweetened almond milk on the shelves contains less than 2% actual almonds. The rest is mostly water gums, thickeners, and sweeteners. That means you're missing out on the natural fiber, magnesium, and antioxidant compounds that make almonds so beneficial in the first place. What you're left with is a processed product that spikes blood sugar and does little to support bones, muscles, or brain health. For seniors already managing prediabetes, memory lapses, or stiff joints, sweetened almond milk might seem harmless, but in reality, it's quietly worsening the very conditions you're trying to avoid. In short, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it has no place in a senior's refrigerator. Number 3 on the list is unfortified oat milk. It's one of the fastest-growing plant-based drinks on the market, often praised as heart-healthy, sustainable, and even safe for seniors. But here's the issue: most oat milk sold today is unfortified. That means it lacks the calcium, vitamin D, and other key micronutrients that aging bones and muscles desperately need. There's another problem: many of these products are high in carbohydrates and contain hidden sugars. For older adults, that combination can spike blood sugar levels quickly and speed up muscle breakdown. In fact, a 2022 study in the Journal of Aging and Nutritional Science found that seniors who regularly consumed unfortified oat milk had a 30% higher rate of bone density loss. They were also more likely to report fatigue, joint discomfort, and even unintended weight loss. Why does this happen? Oats naturally contain phytic acid, a compound that binds to minerals like calcium and magnesium. Without fortification, these minerals aren't replaced, making it harder for your body to absorb them. Over time, this leads to weaker bones and greater nutritional gaps. And it doesn't stop there. Many oat milk brands also include oils, emulsifiers, and stabilizers to improve texture. For seniors, especially those living with IBS, reflux, or slower digestion, these additives can irritate the gut lining, triggering bloating, gas, and discomfort. That discomfort may reduce appetite, which only worsens muscle loss and nutrient deficiencies. So what's the solution? If you enjoy oat milk, always choose fortified options with calcium and vitamin D, preferably unsweetened. As a rule of thumb, check the label. If it doesn't list at least 25% of your daily value for calcium or vitamin D, it's not helping your health. For adults over 65, unfortified oat milk is little more than empty carbs. And at this stage of life, Every bite and every sip should strengthen you, not steal from you. Before we continue, if you've been finding this video helpful, go ahead and tap the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss more science-backed health insights like this. Number 2 on the list is flavored lactose-free milk. After all, lactose-free milk is designed to be gentler on the stomach. But when you add flavors like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, it becomes a dangerous trap disguised as a healthy choice. Why? Because these flavored versions are often loaded with added sugars, artificial flavorings, and low-quality oils that quietly do more harm than good. For aging bodies already dealing with inflammation, unwanted weight gain, or cognitive decline, that extra sugar and fat only make the situation worse. The research is eye-opening. A 2021 study in the Journal of Senior Metabolic Health found that older adults who drank flavored lactose-free milk on a regular basis had a 40% higher fasting insulin level and gained significantly more belly fat over just 6 months. The hidden sugars were identified as the main culprit, pushing already fragile metabolic systems into deeper dysfunction. This is particularly concerning because insulin sensitivity naturally drops after 65, making sweetened drinks far more damaging than they appear. But the problems don't stop at sugar. Flavored lactose-free milk can also disrupt hormones. Many brands use artificial sweeteners such as sucralose or stabilizers like carrageenan. Studies have linked these additives to gut microbiome imbalances, thyroid issues, and even increased joint pain in sensitive individuals. And what about that creamy texture that makes these milks so appealing? More often than not, it's created using hydrogenated oils or synthetic emulsifiers, ingredients known to interfere with fat metabolism and fuel low-grade chronic inflammation. So what should seniors do instead? If you're lactose intolerant, choose unflavored, unsweetened lactose-free milk. It still provides calcium and protein without the metabolic chaos of flavored varieties. But if the label says chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, and especially if sugar is listed among the first 3 ingredients, you can be sure it's not helping your health. It's sabotaging it. Your bones, your brain, and your blood sugar all deserve better than sweetened milk in disguise. These products pretend to solve one problem, but quietly create 3 more. For anyone over 65, flavored lactose-free milk is one of the fastest ways to accelerate joint pain, add unwanted weight, and worsen metabolic decline. And for that reason, it has no place in your cup. Number 1 on the list of milks to avoid is ultra-pasteurized conventional cow's milk, particularly the A1 type. This is the milk many of us grew up with, the familiar carton still sitting in millions of refrigerators today. But if you're over 65, what once seemed like a wholesome staple may actually be doing you more harm than good. The danger doesn't come from a lack of nutrients, but from a troubling combination: the type of protein it contains and the way it's processed. Let's start with the protein. Most commercial milk in the United States comes from cows that produce A1 beta-casein. Studies have linked this protein to gut inflammation, immune stress, and even cognitive decline issues that become far more significant with age. The evidence is striking. In 2021, the Journal of Nutritional Biology and Aging reported on a clinical trial showing that seniors who drank A1 milk daily had 30% higher levels of inflammatory markers, slower reaction times, and greater joint stiffness compared to those who consumed A2 milk. For older adults already dealing with fragile joints and slower digestion, that's a serious concern. Now let's look at the processing. Ultra-pasteurization heats milk to nearly 280 degrees. While this extends shelf life, it also destroys beneficial enzymes and denatures proteins, making them harder to digest. For seniors, many of whom already struggle with low stomach acid or sluggish digestion, the result is more bloating, weaker nutrient absorption, and systemic inflammation that gradually erodes bone, joint, and brain health. And there's another layer. Conventional cow's milk often comes from cows treated with growth hormones, antibiotics, and fed GMO grains. Over time, traces of these compounds can accumulate in the body. Research has associated them with hormone imbalances, poor calcium regulation, and a confused immune system, 3 problems no older adult can afford. A large observational study conducted in Europe reinforced these concerns. It found that older adults who consumed high amounts of conventional cow's milk experienced higher fracture rates, increased oxidative stress, and even shorter telomere length, a recognized marker of accelerated aging. In short, the supposed benefits of this milk were outweighed by the risks, especially when it was ultra-pasteurized and produced from A1-type cows. So while that glass of milk may feel familiar and comforting behind the scenes, it could be quietly working against you. Every sip may be adding to your joint pain, slowing your digestion, and increasing your risk of falls, fractures, and cognitive decline. If you're still drinking this type of milk after 65, it's time to pause and make a change. Why? Because one wrong choice can quietly undo all the other healthy habits you've worked so hard to build. At this stage of life, milk is no longer a casual pick from the fridge. It's a daily decision that can either strengthen your bones or slowly wear them down. Think about it. The glass you pour could ease your joint pain or make it worse. It could sharpen your memory or quietly drain it. The science is clear. The wrong milk fuels inflammation, weakens bones, raises blood sugar, and accelerates aging. But the right milk does the opposite. It protects your joints, supports muscle strength, nourishes your gut, and keeps your brain firing strong. Today, we've uncovered the 4 milks every senior should embrace, and the 4 you should never let into your kitchen again. These aren't diet fads. They're backed by credible clinical evidence and proven to influence how long you stay mobile, balanced, and independent. So now I'll turn it over to you. What milk is in your fridge right now? And are you ready to switch? Share your answer in the comments. You might inspire someone else to finally take control of their health. If this video gave you clarity, tap the like button, subscribe for more science-backed tips, and share it with someone over 60. One simple change could protect their strength for years to come. And as always, if you have questions or personal experiences to share, drop them below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.